Hands up if you do it how we does. We do it mega style, ain't nobody big as us. We make the tap out, everybody give it up. We body slams and mean mud. Y'all already know.
All right, we are underway. Mega Championship Wrestling, breaking down barriers. My name is Joe Dombrowski. By my side is James McDowell, and we're kicking things off with, in my estimation, at least to me personally, one of the most anticipated matches of the night for me. I'm a big fan of Matt Diesel, but I know that Kalam has been on a roll, has that incredible power, and should be a contrast of styles here.
No, you're exactly right. Almost like a David and Goliath type match. Kalam definitely has a size advantage. Diesel is going to have to rely on his speed and quickness like that. Go behind.
Great to be back here at Mega Championship Wrestling. My first time here in about a year and a half or so. And it's no accident I picked tonight to be here because the locker room is overflowing with talent. The anticipation here throughout the capacity crowd here at LCCC Fieldhouse.
And over the top goes Kalam onto the floor. He caught himself, though. Let's see if he uses this moment to kind of catch his breath and take a breather. He might not want to take his eyes off Diesel, though.
Diesel bridges that distance, comes through with that tope suicide, the suicide dive, and Diesel.
Oh, wait, he caught him.
Looking to quicken that pace, looking to go high risk, but it's high risk for a reason as Diesel gets dropped. Small on the back, on the edge of that ring frame. James, you know as well as I do, that is metal meeting wood. There's no give there, and Kalam gets two in the early going.
That's exactly right. Diesel went to the well one too many times. It worked the first time. He tried a second time, and that's when it backfired on him.
Kalam
and that was
ventures him with the head. That's got to be a thick skull, a large cranium to come down on anybody. Matt Diesel been competing the past 3 or 4 years. His channel a lot of inspiration from Kobe Bryant. A lot of quotes about not backing down, not quitting, pushing yourself beyond your limits as Kalam gets two. That will be put to the test here. Kalam has been unbeaten his past several outings here at Mega Championship Wrestling. No one has been able to stop that momentum.
That's exactly right, Joe. You read my mind. The crowd now trying to rally behind Diesel. We have Kalam between his victories on our Thursday Night Thunder episodes on Facebook, and then he won the Fatal 4-Way here at our last event, and so he's definitely been on a roll. Look at that, though. Enziguri, what height Diesel had.
Diesel trying to catch Kalam unaware, who comes back with a kick of his own martial arts style. Anybody that's joined us on Facebook Watch for our Thursday Turmoil events knows and has seen the win streak that has been compiled by Kalam time and again. And elevates, he just overpowers him. Treat Diesel like a little child. Down with that innovative neck breaker, 2 count only.
That was impressive right there, an impressive move by Kalam, but more impressive, and this kind of goes back to what you were talking about earlier on, Joe, is that Diesel is really going to have to try and rely on his endurance if he wants to try and put Kalam away, try and outlast the big man. Although right now, it looks like Kalam is starting to slow down the momentum.
Well, that speaks to Kalam. As you notice, Kalam's leaning forward, making Diesel carry all of Kalam's weight. And in this particular situation, you talked about the great traits that Matt Diesel has. To me, you can't leave out heart as well. Because this young man, I have seen him go toe-to-toe and take Matt Cross to his limit. I have seen Diesel ride the roads and sit under the learning tree of Myron Reed, who's a part of tonight's main event. Diesel is so passionate about this sport, and he wants to make Mega Championship Wrestling one of his newest homes.
Well, right now he's starting to make a comeback, which is a good time to do it. I don't think he could have taken much more punishment. Nice tornado DDT.
Springs off that top rope to get all the momentum, and that's a situation where Kalam's weight works against him. Compressed down on the vertebrae. Kalam is down. This could be a turning point in this matchup for Matt Diesel.
You're exactly right. The fans here at ringside trying to rally behind Matt to get him going, and he definitely, because Kalam's been in control of this match, I say, for at least 2/3. So Diesel definitely needs their support. Kalam hard into the corner. Diesel off the ropes.
Diesel has this energy about him as he comes up with a side kick and then a standing drop kick. Diesel has just a magnetism about him that draws you to him, that makes you believe in him and want to see him achieve. But it's still a large wall in his way that Diesel's trying to knock down.
He has Kalam dazed. This could be his chance.
Springs in with a stunner off the rope for added height and added leverage. Diesel is feeling it, but will he be the one to end Kalam's recent unbeaten streak?
He needs to move faster, though. Right now, I think he's taking too much time. This might work against him. But no, he got it.
Rolling Death Valley driver, nicely done.
This is my first time seeing Diesel in person. He is really impressing me, especially the height and the aerial ability that he has.
And speaking of height, watch Diesel soar for a swanton.
He went up to that high-rent district. It didn't work out for him, though.
Maybe took a little too much time, and that could have been a knockout shot, courtesy of Tyreek Kalam. And that's going to do it. Another emphatic victory. Well, Matt Diesel brought everything he had here tonight. Showdown in a major way. But the question remains, with everything he gave, there is still no one who can stop Tyreek Kalam, who will step up to this challenge.
If you do it how we do it, we do it mega style. Ain't nobody big as us. Tap out, everybody give it up. We body slams and mean mug. Y'all already know.
They'll show some shaking of hands and maybe the trading of money.
Well, it looks like we're seeing a shady backdoor business deal going...
But not so backdoor.
Yeah, going forward right before our eyes, assuming Terrence and Terrell accept this offer. This, making the offer, this is Storm Garcon, teaming with Avery Hertz, and Storm has said that she would be recruiting a tag team to maybe do some dirty work out here, to maybe clear the path for her to become top dog here in Mega Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, starting to wonder whether that was just good networking or bribery. I guess time will tell.
Sometimes those that Venn diagram interlocks a lot closer than some people would want to admit. But I have seen the name of Avery Hertz get out there a little bit more. A 2-year pro, calls himself Mega Championship Wrestling's greatest investment, and see if we can listen into this.
Oh, Megan did. I'm the greatest investment. Come on. Let's see how big
A little trash talking with Avery Hertz and Tessen Gates as we start out this 3-team matchup. Gates showing that upper body power. I'd say Avery Hertz comes in with a lot of hype. A lot of it's from his own mouth, but we're going to see if he lives up to it, because easier said than done. James, you've been following the sport a long time, as I have. How many times have you seen somebody come in with a lot of hype, with a lot of money, a lot of marketing, and they only fizzle out as a flash in the pan?
Yeah, it happens quite often, so time will tell whether or not Avery Hertz will be that flash in the pan, or whether he will be in this for the long haul and be successful in it. We'll have to find out. In fact, speaking of, is he curling dollar bills?
He's curling stocks. That's not just dollar bills. Those are probably C-notes.
Probably so.
I'll say this, though. I mean, Avery Hertz, I want to give the benefit of the doubt, because he's not in Mega Championship Wrestling if he's not good. He's not in Mega Championship Wrestling if there's not that potential, if there's not that promise to grow. But I don't think Avery Hertz is as good as he thinks he is, because I don't think that's physically possible.
Well, and right now, Hurts, again, powdering to the outside, being completely overwhelmed by the power of Tessen Gates. Hurts is no slouch as an athlete. Let's give him credit. He's in great shape. But he was obviously getting out-muscled there by Gates, and it looks like we might be getting Sebastain Leshawn tagged in. We do.
Well, you want to talk about a dominant presence out there. That's Storm Garcon, who's calling her shots from Jump Street. I don't want you. I want Sebastain Leshawn. And from what I understand, there's been some professional jealousy brewing here between these two as far as who the, let's say, the Queen Bee of Mega Championship Wrestling is. There's a lot of ways you can put it, but bottom line, they both want the spotlight on them. Sebastian's earned it. Garcon wants to take it.
That's exactly right. But right now, Sebastain is showing why she probably is Mega's Queen Bee until she just runs into a boot right there.
Oh, certainly action like this is, well, there's a cover off the flatliner for one. Makes me think about that takedown by Garcon. That big tournament we have coming up in July. Baddies and the Beasts. And speaking of a baddie, speaking of a bad attitude, we see the first taste of Terrell of TNT. And for those that are uninitiated, these are, I believe, the twin sons, the sons of Devon Dudley, the Hall of Famer.
That's right, and he was just stomping a mud hole into Sebastain over in that far corner. Now brings over to his own corner, and now they're both double teaming, which some people would call cheating, some people would call it good teamwork, I guess.
A cheap shot to Tessen on the outside. I mean, there's very few people I'd rather learn tag team wrestling from than Devon. I was fortunate enough to be there about 4 weeks ago to call Devon's return matchup to the ECW arena, and now to see the second generation and to see the intensity, the focus, the teamwork, the synergy. It certainly is a case of the apples not falling far from the tree.
I agree with you completely. Right now, they are working like a well-oiled machine. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Double team assisted, and the fireman's carry, 2 count only. That is Terrell in the ring right now.
Sebastain is in a bad way and desperately needing to make a tag.
Keep in mind, 3-team rules. Sebastain doesn't necessarily need to tag Tessen in order to have an exchange in the legal entity, but Sebastian's not going to want to go anywhere near the Storm Garcon Avery Hurts corner if she could help.
Although, if Sebastain did, it would be interesting to have members from those two teams opposing each other at the same time, because then we'd have to see if that new business deal, how well that worked out.
That would answer a lot of questions that are certainly lingering on that drop kick.
Wow.
Maybe an answer to a question here. The cover.
This could be it.
2 count. And to your point, James, I find it very interesting that we did not see Avery or Storm attempt to interrupt that fall, attempt to get involved in any way. This is less about wins and losses and rankings, and it's about eliminating Sebastain Leshawn.
I agree with you, and her and Tessen Gates. Sebastain trying to fight back, didn't get very far, unfortunately.
Terrell applying the pressure, tag back in to Terrence. TNT, Terrence and Terrell. And parries the foot right into the midsection. And certainly you see the size discrepancy, the experience discrepancy. TNT, 11 years in the sport now. And a tag made, a clean tag made to Avery Hurts.
A clean tag. It seems that there's a little bit of a dispute about who was going to tag in, though, between Avery and Storm. More on that later, though, as Sebastain now trying to fight back with a head of steam. There we go. There's the tag that everyone's been wanting to see. Sebastain tagging in Tessen.
Well, one thing I've learned about Sebastain is that Sebastain can be deceptively explosive with her offense. And with the power of Tessen as backup, that could lead to a 2 count only. What a story it would be here, though, if Tessen and Leshawn are able to become, big if, I know, but able to become the victorious team. You can sense those walls closing in around them. And even though we're not sure of the nature of any and all business agreement in the ring, we know that Tessen and Leshawn are without a country. They're without allies out there.
No, you're right. They're almost like the island of misfit toys in a way, with others ganging up on them. Avery ducks the big boot. Oh, he wasn't able to duck that big knee, though. But no, you're exactly right. It's almost been a 2-on-1 tag team match in a way.
Gut-wrench, Dr. Bomb, and there you see Storm bailing out Avery and pulling Avery back into friendly territory. Tag in, and this is the confrontation we want to see more of. We have heard the trash talking from Storm Garcon. We have seen Sebastain Leshawn fight so hard to claim her turf, and there is 2D from the second generation. And wait a minute.
I was say there's something afoot here.
Yeah, that's the payoff we saw attempted to be given to Terrence and Terrell at the outset of this matchup. And they just counted the money, and they decided that was enough to take a walk. And Storm gets what she wants. She pins Sebastain Leshawn.
Well, Joe, they say money talks, and it did here.
Storm Garcon got what she came here for, and that was a chance to pin Sebastain Leshawn. Money talks. Avery Hurt's deep pockets and heavy briefcase came into play in the form of a cash payout. But does this victory over Sebastain Leshawn mean that Storm Garcon has usurped her as the centerpiece of Mega Championship Wrestling?
If you do it how we do it, we do it mega style. Ain't nobody big as us. Tap out, everybody give it up. Body slams and mean mugs. Y'all already know.
You know, Joe, we have Kinvasion at ringside now, and I don't remember her being booked in this match, do you?
I don't recall that at all, and I'm not sure what the order of business is out here, but perhaps we may be about to find out.
Ladies. Oh, wait a minute now. Ladies, please don't be intimidated by me. I mean, I know I'm hotter than the both of you combined. But hey, I'm just here to sit front row and to look at some great competition. Someone please bring me a chair out here. Hello, please, a chair.
So
how does Kinvasion do that? Just have people at beck and call like that to bring out chairs or anything like that?
Nobody puts Ken in.
it would be nice to have a system like that, though, wouldn't it? But yeah, I don't know how one would go about
I wish I wielded that kind of power, that kind of influence. We've seen Kinvasion before have butler boys and assistants, and but
what Ken wants, Ken gets usually, yeah. But so now, so my question is, you've been doing this commentary thing for at least a year or two. Do you think she's out here scouting?
hey, ring the bell.
Do you think she's out here scouting for potential new wrestlers to manage?
I would suggest Ken would not be out here unless there is a financial interest at hand. And in a situation like this, we have Lexus Synn, we have Alexis Littlefoot, and we have another guest out here, most uninvited.
Pardon the interruption. Well.
That's somebody else's line.
Yeah,
but
it is.
Aaron
Excuse
Bauer
me.
McGuire, or whatever you're calling yourself these days.
Oh, no, I'm divorced now, so it's just Aaron Bauer.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, no hyphenation.
I feel like I've seen you a time or two before in this kind of situation.
We've been in a lot of situations together,
And
you and
I'm
I,
never
Joe.
exactly sure how to take this whenever you're out here. Are you scouting potential clients?
I'm scouting Kenvasion.
Scouting for what purpose?
OnlyFans.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. I have many and no follow-up questions. Lexus Synn, though, is the muscle mommy. She's about 6 feet tall. She brings a lot of power to her game, taking on Alexis Littlefoot, who brings a lot of power in the pocketbook. She's a self-made woman. She's an entrepreneur. She's a CBD-sponsored athlete, and she's somebody that packs a powerful kick too.
She's a sponsored athlete by whom?
A CBD company.
Oh, wow. What's that about?
Well, I'll explain it off air, you and your
Okay.
innocence. There's a hard shot to Lexus Synn, though. Certainly,
How about Littlefoot here, huh?
yeah,
Provides a lot of fire, a lot of spunk.
big and bold
That's what I'm
personality.
looking for.
Yeah,
I mean, if I were to be scouting for in-ring talent,
I'd mind your P's and Q's. I don't think you can get far enough for her to be your next ex-wife.
I'd better mind my X's and W's as well.
Handspring elbow in the corner, and
That looked like a snapmare.
it's a situation where a qualifying matchup for Baddies and the Beast that's coming up this July. 2 count only in the ring. Mega Cup to be decided. All women's format, first time in Mega Championship Wrestling history, and certainly for someone like myself and you who have been part of Mega so long, it's so cool to see the growth, the change, the innovation as Mega Championship Wrestling continues to evolve.
Oh, plus, I mean, like someone like myself who's an agent, I would make money off of women just as much as I make money off of men.
Oh.
You know, maybe even more so now. So I'm happy to see the division's wide open.
What you're saying is you're an equal opportunity rip-off artist.
Well, I wouldn't say rip off.
Oh.
Unless you want me to rip this suit off, Joe.
Oh, I hope not.
You ever think about having an evening wear match with me?
I can very honestly say I've never thought about that. Maybe in a cold sweat and a nightmare one time. And right now, this is becoming a nightmare situation for Lexus Synn, who's unbeaten so far in the Pittsburgh area, but having a little trouble getting out of the blocks here her first time in Northeast Ohio.
Well, it's always difficult when you're the visiting team and it's your first time somewhere. This is her first time?
Yes, her first time.
Yeah. Joe, you ever had a first time?
I've done a lot of things for the first time. I might be doing something right now for the last time if I'm lucky.
Oh, man, we haven't missed a beat.
Lexus Synn trying to fight back, get some distance to get those limbs flying, but there's an axe kick.
Littlefoot got some long legs and some hard punches.
And great
Big
dexterity
fists.
and intensity, too, into the cover. 1 count only. And if I'm Kenvasion out there, certainly I think I'm impressed by what Alexis Littlefoot has brought to the table thus far, not just in the confines of professional wrestling, but certainly being a cross-platform entrepreneur.
You know, I know the match is supposed to be focused on the two competitors in the ring, but that Kenvasion, what's the deal there?
That's an open-ended question. I don't know what the deal is. I'll go Tracy Smothers. What's your deal, man?
Either way, I'm all in.
There's a cover, 2 count only. You might want to dip a toe in first and feel it out because you might be in over your head.
You see them boots? I can see a Tony Atlas situation arising.
I'm just glad you said boots.
Yeah, it's a new me, and I'm into some new and different things.
I don't think anybody was clamoring for the old one. As Sebastain, Leshawn, and Lexus King. Lexus looking for those side round kicks, looking to knock that thigh muscle. Lexus Synn certainly has a reach advantage, a power advantage. As both athletes, showing the effects of war and went for the same shot Both athletes down. Mega Cup looming in the balance. Only one athlete will qualify.
And what are the chances that both had that move set in their repertoire and were ready to pull it out at the same time? Now they're both knocked down. What if it's a double count out? Who double count down? Who moves on?
Oh, maybe we'll have a new qualifying matchup. Maybe somebody will get a bye. That'll be something for Mega Championship Wrestling Management to figure out, but hopefully we won't get there. Both athletes to their feet.
You know, I used to be part of Mega Championship Wrestling Management.
Yes, we call those the Dark Ages. There's a knee by Lexus Synn. Low drop kick connects with Sebastain Leshawn. Or, excuse me, connects with Alexis Littlefoot as the shoulders are down for only a count of 2. Lexus Synn calls herself the Muscle Mommy. Hasn't had a chance to get that power out thus far. That speaks to Alexis Littlefoot's ability to control this matchup, the tempo, the pacing. And now you see Ken Vasia controlling something.
Yeah, I like what's going on here. I had his vision. I'll say, "Can you marry me?"
Oh, get out of here.
And Ken Vasia will say yes. And we'll have a wrestling wedding.
Those always work out well. Face first, Alexis Littlefoot picks up the victory.
Out of
Lexus
nowhere.
knocked out face first. And certainly, there's not many flexes bigger than scoring a win over somebody that outsizes you, outpowers you, comes in with momentum. But Alexis Littlefoot has the money, has the reputation, has the skill, but will there be a new business advisor?
Whoa. Oh, showing off the goods, the merchandise. Uh-oh.
Well, it looks like we've got another business deal right before our eyes. Alexis Littlefoot is headed to the Mega Cup, is headed for Baddies of the Beast, and it looks like she's going to have an extra addition to her strategy session.
So smart.